Hey guys, Flight Sim Jammer here. On location, different location. We're at the house working on our travel trailer. The refrigerator doesn't work, and per 90% sure it's bad. However, they need a lot of airflow in order to work properly, and I can feel the heat kind of coming out of here, but it's not moving very fast. And one of the mods you can do is put in these fans. So we're going to work on that a little bit. And I don't know how well I'll be able to get video of it, but we will do our best here for you. Can at least kind of get the gist of it. So let me get this turned, pointed down. So this guy here is the vent cover for the fridge. It's held on just with 4 screws. This putty helps keep it from, helps keep water from getting in there. And we'll definitely put that back on there. However, I'll do that to get that off. Okay. Now, I'm really curious to see if that helps just that way, because that's pretty good. And I wonder if I could mount these right to this guy here. So I really don't. I don't want to pull that completely off. I guess I'm gonna have to. I got the stuff to clean it up, so or to reapply it. Wish we would have done this. We just replaced this roof. I wish we would have done it then. So all of the screws that hold the stuff on here are Robinson screws or square bits. I'll move you for a second. I'm gonna do your best not to let stuff fall down in where the fridge is. Okay. So, I'm going to be very careful not to cut the fabric of the roof. It's a hard job to replace. Gonna replace it all. And it's expensive. My hope is you just get up in here and get it pried up. Also, you gotta be careful not to break these covers because they're also not that cheap. I mean, cheaply made. This one's already breaking, and it's brand new. so that answers if I can hook it to it, because definitely not. Can completely feel the heat coming out of it now. I think I'm gonna put a couple screws in this and just cut a bunch of this flap off. Okay, go get my, put you guys here so you can kind of see a little better. Go get my razor knife and I'll be right back. Since I'm walking away, I'll set that like that so no bugs get in there. Okay, I'm back. So my thought, is to switch this out, more like that, because then, I don't know if you can see anything or not, but better than nothing. Okay. Yeah, I can actually feel cool air, or cool on this now, and that's how it works apparently. So, what we're gonna do, we'll leave the grates off for the moment. These guys are gonna go in like this. We have to figure out which way it spins, but I got two of them. Get you a little closer so you can see down in there. Another one goes like this. Actually, if I can hook them together, easier to mount. I have some metal that I brought from the shop. My plan is to build a bracket to kind of hook to it. And then these guys have this little pigtail here. And those two get hooked to the pigtail or to the fans, and that gets hooked to this little computer chip here. And it has one plug that goes into there. So let's take it out. So the plug, because you can use these fans individually, so you could put the fan in like so. I won't push it all the way in, but then the one fan will work, and then you have your power wires. And this guy will just kind of sit in here somehow. This goes off of temperature. Well, I gotta figure this out because the GoPro keeps losing footage. And I'm not sure what's going on with it, but it's quite annoying. Okay, you can kind of see that. Let me see if I can get you closer. Okay. There we go. Okay, so these are IKEA brackets, and I found them in a bin at the shop. And what I'm gonna do, these come like this. Come with these grates. And it comes with this bolts for the grates. And I have two of those brackets. And it came with nuts and bolts. However, those don't look like lock nuts and bolts. And there's only one set of bolts. That's kind of silly. Okay, let me run to the garage real quick. some 832 screws that unfortunately aren't long enough. Well, they're almost long enough, so we might have to change what I'm gonna do here. But just because I want to know. Well, look at that. Maybe not. Nope. Bummer. Okay. So my 832 screws are long enough, I think, for me to have the grate on one side, but not the other. Not even long enough to have the grate on one side. Okay. Well, hopefully nobody's stupid and sticks their hands in there. So what we gotta do first is we need to hook this up. We'll leave one unhooked for the moment. And we need to hook this up. Okay. So let me get this cover off. I'll show you what I'm going to do. This is positive, this is negative, and that is really, really hot. So what I'm going to do is set the fan here, touch positive and negative to the wires. And actually you can negative anything, probably that to be safe, so I don't accidentally touch it. But then we'll see if the fan comes on, and it should. We absolutely got to be extremely careful not to hurt ourselves. Oh, sensor's not very long, so I don't know if it'll actually come on or not. But if we go power, ground, there we go. Let me turn this around. I'm trying to figure out which way blows out, because that's the way that we want it to blow up. Okay. What that tells us is that we want that to point up. Same exact spots where we're going to be hooking the wire up. I'm going to do a little pigtail to it. So in a minute, we'll climb back up. Actually, now that we know that, what we're going to do is this bracket, we're going to change around. This. And we may have to build another two brackets. I wish I had two more of these. These are going to do perfect for what we need. But it's all right. But we put it the correct way. Want it like that. I'll actually show you how these brackets work down here, but these are just their cabinet brackets, and you put a screw through there, and then this will slip down over the screw, and you can tighten the screw down in there, and it'll lock it. Obviously, it'll be on this side of it, but that should work pretty well, actually. Okay, we'll take all this back up, leave the grates down here. This one I can't put on yet until we figure out. I do have two more. Okay. This will actually really help, because I think with those two being screwed together, how they're going to be. Yep, that's gonna work. So my thought process is that we'll be able to put these in like so. I wasn't gonna stick this one on because we might need to adjust it up there because there's some play up there, but this might actually work out perfectly. So that's gonna hold them from shifting. And then we're gonna do this, like this. And if everything works out, these two will screw into the one side and that'll screw into the other side. We'll tighten these when we get up there, but just in case I gotta take them off anyway. So put those four in there. I'm gonna take the rest of this stuff out. We don't want a bunch of stuff in here just getting in the way. And make sure we do purple on purple. It should actually only go in one way, but don't forget, once you do all this, you got to put in, you know, tie wires and stuff to, or zip ties, whatever, cable management stuff to make sure it all gets held down. I am hoping to use these. These are cabinet screws. You know, cabinet screws have a nice little head on them, and that should hold it all down. You know, you should only need 4 of those guys. And take a very specific bit, T15, I believe. I don't have another one. Let's hope it should work. I had a longer one. I'm not sure exactly what happened to it, but this is working out pretty well so far. Okay, got all that, got all that. We'll be right back. I'll get on the roof. Alright guys, so the space is almost perfect for these, so we're actually going to move these ones in into the inner one. And we'll make them fit. It doesn't have to be perfect, we can even put them in slightly angled. As long as they're in there nicely, so they don't move around. Okay. Grab my pliers just to hold these. This doesn't take much. Just tighten them up. You can also solidify everything. Make sure that your wires aren't getting caught in the bracket. Alright. These guys are in there nice and low. What it should be. Hopefully you can see in there. That should make it to where nothing is going to touch it. And these guys, we'll put them over here and use a cable holder to hold that. Beautiful. Okay, let's get them screwed in real quick. Get it most of the way in. Put that guy on it. The fan will not go anywhere anytime soon. Really nice looking fans too. Sound means I hit a stud. Biggest thing when you're doing this is make sure that you're low enough that, you know, nothing will hit it when it gets mounted back on. Okay. These fans are, they're as solid as you can get. So now, these guys are actually for like internet cable, but I'm gonna use them for this purpose. What do I have? Oh, I got enough. Come in. Okay, let's do this way so my screw is up a little farther up top. Don't do it so tight that you hurt the wire. You can still move my wires in there. Go up. Too bad this pigtail wasn't longer and I could just take it all the way down. But you want to make sure that when you're doing this, you put them in so the bouncing and stuff doesn't mess up the wires. Okay, here we go. Now, I didn't think I was going to get done that fast. I would have brought everything up. These, we'll do one more up here. I'm gonna stick that guy like that, I think. Yeah. Man, I really wish that was longer. It's alright. We'll make it work. These ones are thicker. Might need to use 2 of these on that. Or 1 per thing. No, that works. Okay. Okay, there's that. I'm actually wondering. Might be able to actually use one of these. Mount this guy right here. Just do one of my nut and bolts right through there. It'll hold it down. Put that in. Okay, I'm going to put one right here. Perfect. Okay, let me get the rest of my... Oh, I did bring it up here. I have any red connectors. I'm gonna give myself some extra wire. You know what I didn't bring up? It's my wire, my actual wire strippers. Give me 1 second. Be right back. Okay. This one's a little long. One of these has words. The words say negative. That's what we're going to fill this. Okay. Put that guy in there. Just like that. Okay. Just double check. This one's ground. This one is ground. Are super tiny, so I'm gonna oh, I don't even need to. It'll go in just like that. Okay. Hopefully. Not I left me enough to rip it out if I need to. Okay, that's hooked up. Yeah, got a couple of them in there. We're going to put this right here. That way it doesn't pull on the other stuff. And on this guy, it just doesn't actually matter which way. Okay, it's going to get mounted like so. Okay, there's that guy. Those are out of the way. That's out of the way. He is down in that cavity where you should sense the heat. There's a little click button on here for the speed. So that's good. We are going to cover this but not turn it on, or I mean not bolt it and glue it till we know that it works. So, okay, let's go down. We can figure this out. Okay, so now we're going to make a splice without splicing the wire, so if we ever want to go back, we can. Give yourself a service loop. That way, if anything happens and you need to cut wires for any reason, you can, okay? You see in that hole? Yeah. Then, for my pigtail, I don't want it crazy long. What I'll do is I'll do it and then I'll show you what I'm doing. Because I'm doing it this way. I guess it doesn't matter because it was there, but whatever. After I get this ready, I'll explain and show on camera what I'm doing. So essentially, in order for this to work, I need one wire that I can plug into here, like that. And on the back of that one wire, it gets 2 male spades. And then, should we go down? That's negative. Those brackets that I used earlier from IKEA, you can go into their as is section and they have them. You can just, okay, I haven't been there in a while. You used to be able to go in there and you could just buy those brackets. And not everybody's fridge area is going to be set up the same, but if it is, oops, it's definitely the way to do that. Okay, last one. Now, in theory, well, the one thing I should have done that I didn't is, no, I couldn't have. So we're gonna have to tape this stuff, but these guys are gonna go in there like that. I'm gonna get tape before I go any farther. Actually, you know what's better than tape? I have shrink wrap. in theory, I should be able to pull this off, put the shrink wrap on. Brush just over. And actually this one I can just shrink wrap fully with that. And then this one, we will shrink wrap it in 2 places. We'll do this one and go just slightly over it. And that one. Okay, let me go get a torch. I'll be right back. Okay, so heat the shrink wrap up. Don't heat it up enough that you melt the wires, but this is fully just so it doesn't touch anything it shouldn't. Okay, I turned off the fridge inside. Okay, guys, well, the battery died, so I don't even know when. Anyway, be very careful when you move this wire. Terminal tends to break off. Make sure you put these back on correctly. And the cover was just those 2 screws. You do not, on mine, you do not have to take out those 2. It's just the top 2. And then you plug everything back in how it was. I will get a zip tie and zip tie this up, but I want to see if those fans work. So I'm going to turn on the fridge. That wire that I hooked it to, for those that may be upset that I didn't put a fuse on it, that wire is already fused. I know because I hooked it up wrong the first time I did it. You know, instantly popped. So, oh look, the fans are already going. Okay guys, so I went and looked, and for tonight, I'm just going to leave it not glued down. These fans turn on at 86 degrees and run, so that's what it's supposed to be set at anyway. But I don't want to glue this in since I can't get to that and then have to just pull it back up. So we'll put it in. I will put the screws down and just set this on top and screw it to see how well it works. And then if everything works how it should, then we will go ahead and re-glue this back in. And it's hot enough, it might actually just glue itself back in, but a lot of our camping is with power. Although the week that we're going in a couple of weeks, by the time this comes out, we've already done it, but is dry camping. But everything says that this fan doesn't draw that much, so I'm not that worried about it. Okay, I'm going to put all the screws down on the counter. Don't want to lose them. And we'll be back tomorrow, see if it works. See you in the morning. So guys, I was editing the video for doing these fans and I can't find the next day's footage. So I'm going to do just a little bit, kind of, you know, show at the end. I don't have my ladder with me, so I can't get up to the top, but it's all put back together up there and everything is working. Let me get turned around here. I'll show you what we got. So you saw how we did the wires. They're all soldered, they're all zip tied. Got quite a bit of a service loop actually, because one thing I ended up doing is got this extension cable here to go to this guy, and you can see he's just mounted right there. And that's not hot yet, but it's on power, so she should start heating up here soon. And I've got this sensor placed really close to that. Anyway, the extension cable's there, that way if something happens to this little board or if I need to work on it, I don't have to undo the screws and you know, tear the whole thing apart and then put it back together and put new stuff on it. So I was hoping, yeah, it's starting to get warm, so we'll see. I turned the fridge on about 1:20 ago. We'll see how long it takes for it to actually kick on. This part isn't warm. That part is though. Oh, fan's already kicked on. I can hear him up there. Man, I wish I could see that high up. I don't think you can see in there. Oh, you can kind of see up there. Sorry about that. One of the things that I don't like about the new iPhone is it has a button on the side of it to turn the camera off. Oh, that's the expansion grate up there. The fans are just above it. Oh well. So it's 89 degrees outside, but this part is obviously in the shade over here, and so maybe I didn't actually hear them come on. I thought I did, but let's put this up here a little closer and see if we can. There, we'll put this up here so you can hear. Hopefully you can hear that. The fans are controlled. Their speed is controlled by heat. So, yeah. So it's a great mod. The fridge is dead, so it doesn't do us any good for this fridge, but yeah, unplug the wires to the control board and the plug and gas line and pull the fridge out, put a new one in, and everything will keep working with it. So yeah, so there you have it. I'll try to link all the parts down that I used, at least the fan and extension wires and stuff. And yeah, so you guys have a great day. Remember, land safely.